Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We'll have a concert announcement coming up in about 10 minutes here. And first, music entertainment news. A lot to go over with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony on Saturday night. So it was streamed live on Disney Plus at 7 o'clock, right when Harper's birthday party ended. Sat back after that, opened up a couple beers, and kept watching all night. It went for over 4 hours. And they do a rebroadcast of this. I think it's on HBO Max eventually. Maybe actually it'll probably be back on Disney Plus, where it's all cut down a little tighter because this was the live stream. There were certainly some mistakes. There's stuff they're going to edit, no question. But it was cool to watch it all in real time and some pretty special moments. Let's start off with near the end of the night. Cyndi Lauper did a speech. She was inducted at just over 70 years old now, and I'm really glad because a lot of these people that got inducted had died, and they didn't get to see their chance at this moment. So I'm really glad that she saw it and gave an incredibly powerful speech about rock and roll. She still believes it can save the world.
So now to make a long story short, oops, too late for that, but I just want to say that I know that I stand on the shoulders of the women in the industry that came before me, and my shoulders are broad enough to have the women that come after me stand on mine. And the other thing that I thought was really important, which is why I really came here tonight, is to tell you that the little kid in me still believes that rock and roll can save the world.
Really powerful, really cool. She was amazing. And all the women, Chappell Roan read the speech before her, and we'll put some other audio in a second here about all the women that were involved with last night's different nominees.
Well, Cyndi Lauper's voice is so incredible. I don't think she always gets credit for that because obviously she had some very fun music, but her voice is out of control. It was absolutely incredible and such a powerhouse.
Yeah, absolutely.
She was on when they were deciding who was going to be on We Are the World. Do you remember that song? Mm-hmm. She's on it, and they were going back and forth about if it should be Madonna or Cyndi Lauper, but Cyndi Lauper is the one who really has this powerhouse voice, so they picked her. But the funny thing is, you know how she's always dressed head to toe and everything,
right.
Crazy. She was wearing all this jewelry, and they're like, where's all this sound coming from? We're picking up all this feedback. It was all of her bracelets and earrings when she was trying to sing, and she had to strip all of it off to record.
That's hilarious. Yeah, she got her moment for sure, and it was a pretty powerful speech. Also nominated Outkast, a Q101 artist, and Andre 3000's speech, which led to when Jack White was talking about being in a little room, starting in a little room. And it was very powerful when he shouted out Jack White and got emotional, talking about how great things start in little rooms.
One thing that Jack said, man, Jack is, he's one of my favorites, man. We love you, man. But one thing that he said something about little rooms. And we started in a little.
Hey.
Little rooms. Great things start in little rooms.
I think these guys, when they get here, they kind of think about that, and they forget where they started, almost with nothing, and the chances of making it were nothing, and then they did, and here they are. Soundgarden, inducted by Chris Cornell's friend Jim Carrey, which I thought was strange. I didn't realize how close of friends they were, Jim Carrey and Chris Cornell. And the moment here when Taylor Momsen got up from the Pretty Reckless and did a version of Rusty Cage that I thought was fantastic.
But I'm gonna break my Rusty Cage. I'm gonna break my Rusty Cage.
That was fire. And Matt Cameron, the first time seeing him back with Soundgarden after playing with Pearl Jam for the last 25 plus years, he started in Soundgarden, in case you didn't know that. And he got very emotional talking about Chris Cornell, and so did Kim Thayil, who was born here in Park Ridge, then went to Seattle, got in Soundgarden. But also then a really emotional moment when Tony Cornell got up to sing, Chris Cornell's daughter, and did Fell on Black Days, this really interesting version of that song.
Whosoever I've cured, I've sickened now. And whomsoever I've cradled, I've put you down. Searchlight, so they say, but I can't see it in the night. I'm only faking when I get it right. When I get it right.
Kenzie got emotional when we played that about an hour ago.
Oh my gosh, I thought it sounded just so beautiful. It's very like haunting.
Very.
I just think it's stunning.
And also, she looks so much like her dad, and then she sounds so much. The range that Chris Cornell had was like a 6-octave range, and she kind of sounds like she inherited that.
I want to stream that, and I feel like I'm not going to be able to, which bums me out. You know, like
I
that's
think
what
it'll
want.
make the final cut. I think you'll be
You think
okay
so?
on this. I think
wanna
so.
I want to listen to that.
If they cut Tony Cornell, that's going to be a problem.
No, I think it'll be okay.
That'll be an issue. Then Jack White. So the White Stripes get nominated, and they get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the leaders of garage rock. And the start of the evening, pretty much with Jack White, who accepted the honor on behalf of himself and Meg White. I was hoping Meg White would just all of a sudden just kind of walk out and blow the doors down, because she hasn't been in public since the White Stripes broke up about 15 years ago. During his speech, he encouraged today's youth to drop the screens and get obsessed, which was pretty powerful.
To the young artists, I want to say, get your hands dirty and drop the screens and get out in your garage or your little room and get obsessed. Get obsessed with something, you know, get passionate. We all want to share in what you might create.
He was really, it's interesting because we had Jack White at Twisted, just a little bit ago. He's a veteran, and just, he was so amazing and vibrant on stage. He was really in a I don't know how to say this exactly, but he seemed like he was really in the moment of what it all meant, the power of being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, where a lot of artists just blow it off and go, I didn't never asked to be in this thing and all. He seemed like he really wanted to honor her, Meg White, the band, and music in general.
Oh, that's what I like about Jack White even more than his music is he's a guy that deeply cares about the history of music and the preservation of music and what certain things mean. And it was nice to see him not take this honor lightly.
Yeah,
I like that he cared as much as he did.
Because he can be very contemporary. I could see him going like, I don't need to be in here. It's all about the music.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He took it really serious. And then he had a letter that he recently wrote.
He wrote to Meg White.
He wrote this to Meg White.
With their bare hands, the two started to clap and sing and make up songs. And some people kept watching and swaying and moving. And then one person even smiled. And the boy and the girl looked at each other and they also smiled. And they both felt the sin of pride, but they kept on smiling. Smiling from a new freedom, knowing that they had shared and made another person feel something. And they thought the person smiling at them was a stranger, someone they didn't even know. But it wasn't just a stranger. It was God. My sister thanks you, and I thank you. Thank you all very much.
It was a poem unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Describing where the White Stripes started and where they finished. And then got some performances for honoring the White Stripes. Olivia Rodrigo does We're Going to Be Friends, who later, she took to social media to admit that she had a White Stripes fan account on the internet when she was 13 years old, was joined on stage by Feist for a gorgeous version of We're Going to Be Friends, and it sounded like this.
Walk with me, Susie Lee, through the park and by the tree. We will rest upon the ground, look at all the bugs we found, safely walk to school without a sound. Safely walk to school without a sound.
Kenzie bobbing around to that one.
Love it.
Yeah, so good. It was really, really powerful. Olivia Rodrigo showing, it was once again how much her base was Q101 music. The bands and artists that are here.
It's giving Napoleon Dynamite, you know?
A little bit, yeah.
Case loves that, and he told everybody about that when Lollapalooza, and then some haters come out about Olivia Rodrigo being a pop artist at Lollapalooza, and then
I don't know. She's the one that had Weezer out there.
She's
man.
the one that brought Weezer out.
With all due respect to Korn, I think I'm going to pass on that. The 23-year-old woman who insisted the Breeders open for her on her most recent tour. I don't know. I think Olivia Rodrigo is really cool, and I think it's weird if you don't. She's amazing.
By the way, Korn's amazing too. You can see both.
They're fine.
They played the same time, right?
They played the same time, and I was at the Olivia Rodrigo sets.
Yeah. Running back and forth about a mile apart, a little far.
I didn't need to run. I was clocked in where I was at.
Now, obviously, bringing down the house was 21 Pilots when they paid tribute, Seven Nation Army, and only the way 21 Pilots can do it. Came out with the masks and had a very eerie middle breakdown to it before it just kicked in and crushed.
I'm gonna Wichita, far from this opera forevermore. I'm gonna work the straw, make the sweat drip out of every pore. And I'm bleeding, right before the Lord. All the words are gonna bleed from me, and I will think no more. And the stains coming from my blood, and the stains coming from my blood. Tell me, come back up!
So good. 21 Pilots honoring the White Stripes. There you go. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It streams Saturday night on Disney Plus. An edited version of it that will still include Tony Cornell will be available soon.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for another concert announcement. 2026 is filling up nicely. And this will happen at the Allstate Arena on Monday, March 9th. Get ready with Q101 to enjoy 3 Days Grace. 3 Days Grace at the Allstate Arena, Monday, March 9th. Tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. We'll have tickets to give away all week starting tomorrow. So listening tomorrow, we'll have tickets around this time. And you qualify to win the grand prize, a signed guitar from 3 Days Grace. From
right.
Our great friends at Live Nation. Woo! And we gave away a guitar, let's see, for Mark McGrath when he was in. We're giving away a lot of guitars lately.
I know. I have nothing to do with it. People are offering to sign guitars to give away to Q101 listeners. I'm very happy about it.
You can take credit for it. Just say you're working hard behind the scenes. You got more guitars now to give away.
Sure, why not? Yeah, it's all me. It's all me. So starting tomorrow at 9 o'clock, we'll have one winner per day. Those winners get 2 tickets to the show. And then at the end of the week, we'll have a grand prize winner of those 4 winners. And that person will also have a 3 Days Grace signed guitar to add to their collection.
That's amazing. 3 Days Grace, the Allstate Arena, Monday, March 9th, 2026. Tickets on sale this Friday at 10 a.m., but free ones all week, right around this time, with Brian and Kenzie and Q101. A phenomenal band, an incredible live band.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
What are you taking away from today's show with Brian and Kenzie on Q101? Text in your takeaway right now, 312-591-8300. Something that was memorable to you on today's show. And what's memorable to us is we've got about $500 more of donations since the last time we talked about it. So there we go. That's 1,500 more meals. That means we're at in fact, we're exceeding about 93,000 meals based on your donations, where $1 equals 3 meals with the Greater Chicago Food Depository. If you want to donate, all you have to do is text GRAVY to 312-591-8300, and any amount, we've normalized any amount can help. $1 literally is 3 meals. That's incredible. We've had people this morning, for example, Eric donated $200. How about that? Paul did just $10, checking in, said, people need this more than ever. I feel for people that can't eat. We had another donation of $200 from Matthew. So those are massive donations from individuals. If a business donates $1,000, we will give you $2,000 in ads, thanks to our great guy Jeff in our sales department. $2,000 in ads after your $1,000 donation. That's an incredible deal, by the way. The show reaches people. Our listeners get out and do stuff, even in the snowstorms. They go to your businesses. They buy your products. Trust me. All you got to do is come to one of our events. And the Karis Group is sponsoring this. He owns a bunch of restaurants, and we've seen firsthand when we do our events out there, people come out and they eat. And Kenzie will have another event coming up next week where at one of their restaurants, 10% will go to God Bless the Gravy.
I know. It was amazing at Village Square last week. I mean, the house was packed. And we do what we can, too. We're going to have so many giveaways. We're going to be at a Rookies next week. I'll give the location soon from 5 to 7. Again, it's going to be in the evening. And we are going to have so many tickets to Twisted, plus like Q101 sweatshirt giveaways. I mean, we were giving something away at least every 15 minutes at Village Square. It was awesome. Packed the house, and then great food. And then, of course, 10% goes to God Bless the Gravy. It's the most fun way that you can help.
Yeah, you can help without even trying, really. We'll have a good time.
come, win tickets, eat good food, and then you're donating.
Yeah, if you don't want to text, you can just go to Q101.com. The link is there, but you can text GRAVY to 312-591-8300. And with a lot of confusion on the SNAP benefits this week, whether they were going to be released or not, it's more important than ever. You cannot imagine the people, when you look outside and see the snow globe right now with the blizzard downtown, then you think about someone having to deal with that is, less fortunate, and then also has to find a meal. I want you to really sit and think about that. And we understand it's super hard because the people we're talking to, many of us all of us are going through this right now with everything being more expensive than ever. But people just getting a meal for their kids or themselves is just one level of comfort they don't have to worry about. And that's what the Greater Chicago Food Depository does. And you might see here Chicago in their name. Well, they distribute food to 800 food banks wherever you can hear our voice, all the way from, into Indiana and out to St. Charles and wherever. So you're helping your neighbors by donating, and text GRAVY to 312-591-8300. Whatever you can do is greatly appreciated. You absolutely are saving lives. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Lauren's on her way in. And boy, this might be rough for her. I mean, the sun was out downtown a half hour ago, and now it's a blizzard right when her commute is to get into the station.
Lauren's probably coming in next.
We think she's going to be here.
Yeah.
I can see Lauren just having this beautiful morning. You're like, oh, the snow's all over. Everything's shoveled in my neighborhood. It's all perfect. And right when she gets in her car, frickin' the blizzard of 78 hits again. Oh, poor Lauren. Well, we'll see if she gets here the next
I'm sure
half
she's
hour.
fine. Knowing Lauren, I'm sure she's fine.
We'll see. We'll find out. She gets here. We'll get to your takeaways right now, 312-591-8300. Takeaways from today's show with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Case, what do you got from our listeners?
Takeaway from Jeremy. 1700s, wasn't that castles?
Oh, man. So good. Kenzie, what do you got?
Felipe's takeaway. Brian can't play a 6-minute song on Q101, but he can mansplain it for 8 minutes.
Yeah. This is the only show where mansplaining the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald by Gordon Lightfoot happened. I want you to remember that this morning. Finally, Joe checked in from 708. Takeaway. Brian's sister-in-law really wanted birthday cake. Like really, really bad. Case, what's on the podcast?
On the Brian and Kenzie podcast today, Brian and Kenzie owe the Old Farmer's Almanac an apology. We learned a lot about Farmer's Almanacs this morning. Turns out there's 2 of them.
Can I just tell you, I forgot we had that conversation. That's the show.
Today.
That was today. It felt like it was like 3 weeks ago.
We've been here forever.
Wow, what a fun conversation.
Yes, no one is more disappointed at not having a snow day than the teacher that played Clash with Kenzie today. We had a very nice check-in with him. And if you missed it, Brian mansplained the wreck of Edmund Fitzgerald to everybody. Kenzie and myself included. I had no idea what the song was, what the story was this morning, but boy, did Brian let me know about it.
Do you still understand it now or no?
Guy crashed or something.
Yeah, guy crashed. That's fair. Herm checked in and said, takeaway, Brian Haddad, son of a bitch.
Jonas, son of a bitch.
He's in it for the mansplaining, not the science.
No kidding.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.